Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming to hang out with us. And I am getting to meet for the first time. I'm so excited. I'm getting to meet Terry Suzuki, like the motorcycle. We were just talking. I was just asking her how you pronounce that. And it's Kigaru. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Kigaru. Kigaru. Yeah,
Kigaru.
Kigaru's Spiritual Journeys. Yeah.
Well, how did you get that name, by the way?
Well, it's because when I was looking for names, I wasn't being very creative. I just couldn't figure out some good English words that would work. And I am all about joy and lightheartedness. And so I thought, well, I'm going to look at a few Japanese words because I speak and read a little and write a little bit of Japanese. I not not enough. I need to learn more. And I joy was a word this long that nobody would ever be able to say. And but Kigaru was lighthearted, and I like that lighthearted. And what also appeals to me is the ki in Kigaru. So Japanese is a syllabaric language. So each syllable is like a alphabet. So the T, you know, like Ki would be like just the K in our alphabet. So
Okay.
the key in Kigaru, if you notice, I have a key in Suzuki, but the
Uh-huh.
key in Suzuki means old soldier. And the key in Kigaru is the same key as Reiki. So Reiki
Oh,
is light-hearted healing. Light. It's all about light. So
do you do Reiki?
no, no.
I took Reiki at one point in time, but they also had, what was it with it? Tai Chi. And I
Oh,
have fibromyalgia and peripheral neuropathy, so my legs don't work too good. So I'm standing up there and everybody's doing all this. It looks easy, and I'm like, I'm about falling on my butt trying to do this stuff. I'm like, is there a way
oh.
I can do Reiki and not have to do all this, whatever it was? And so I'm going to take it again. She told me later, she says, well, no, you took Reiki and had Tai Chi and all this stuff with it. So it's been so long,
Mhm.
I'd like to take it. What do you do on your channel? What kind, and how did you get started since this is our first
Oh,
time meeting?
yeah. Well, I Spirit set me up so much. Just complete and utter setup. Uh, so I've had these gifts all my life, but I didn't think you could do anything with them. I just kept going through life and, talking to dead people, seeing angels, knowing what's going to happen, having some of that empathy happening. And then COVID happened. And
COVID did it for a lot of us, it seems, and
yes,
Trump.
COVID got me home and in front of a computer, and the setup was coming. So I was a grant writer for nonprofits, and I was working for a therapeutic riding center where that they do therapy on horseback for kids and adults. And during COVID, I was home, and then finally we could go back to the office in about August, and they said, Terry, you're the only one that doesn't have anything to do. I mean, I had plenty to do, but they're like, will you teach virtual horse summer camp? Because they can't bring the kids in for the horses, like, can you teach virtual horse summer camp? So
Wow.
what that meant is I had to get they said they'd provide the lessons and that, but I had to figure out the technology. So our router didn't only went so far. So I had to learn how to make the router go far so I could go out to the horses, because without horses, what's horse summer camp?
Right.
And so I learned how to do this. I had to go out and like walk the property like that T-Mobile guy. Maybe I'm thinking the
Can
wrong
you hear
channel.
me
Like,
now?
can you
That
hear
works?
me now? I got so used to seeing my face on camera that it no longer became a problem, or because I am kind of a shy person actually, but it was kind of like, oh, there she is.
Me too. I used to hide. I mean, this sounds really bad, but when I was a kid, I used to hide under the covers during Christmas when they take out the camera. because I
Mm-hmm.
would pretend to be sick to keep from getting my picture taken. I tried to get out of my wedding pictures, and my mother says, no, you
You
are
can't.
getting them taken.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
You
is
can't get
like
out of those.
far that's something I would never ever think I would do. You know, it just
Mhm.
shows you how sometimes you just don't know what life has for you.
Right. You don't know, but that was the setup. That was the setup. And then, I started watching Linda G and Susan Lin, and then about that's the next spring in 2001, they laid me off. And I'm like, oh, okay. But my guides, I'd already started talking to my spirit guides, and they had already told me, we don't want you to work anymore. We got something else for you to do. And I'm like, okay, okay, I'll quit my job after I get this money. And then this money, they really need this money. And finally, they're just like, that's it, you're not going. So they had my boss make me a deal I could not accept. So
That you could not accept.
I had to quit. So, and yeah, so they completely set me up the whole way for this. And then right after they let me go, I took classes with Susan Lin and medium Kim Copeland and learned. The first class I took was mediumship. I don't start at the easy end, start at the deep end.
I
Yeah,
took
that.
some of those classes. I was on her membership page and
Oh,
did some of those, and people
yeah,
were surprised to see me there. But you always like it's nice to have other people that are the same to do
right,
that stuff with
right.
before you get.
Look, I think you always have to uh, keep learning. So if people see me in a class, just say hi because I'm learning too, you know?
Yep. Yep. Well, I think everybody's learning. I remember when I first got on here and they said, well, most of the people in the chat are readers. I'm like, holy crap, because you're thinking, well, they've been doing this for years, but everybody seems like you're constantly learning, it's like a
Yes.
never ending thing. And people here in this community are so wonderful and sweet and nice and accepting and supportive and encourage me.
Mhm.
When I got on here, the first time my daughter gave me one of those Chromebooks and she says, you could use this, Mom, instead of my computer. And I opened it up and I was trying to figure out what StreamYard was. And I put it on there and all of a sudden I see people, oh, Deann's online now. And I'm like, ah! I had my pajamas on. I had cricket glasses. My hair was a mess. And I was hitting buttons like, oh, stop. Amanda, how do you stop? I didn't know how to work a Chromebook, but apparently I made myself go live in my pajamas. But now I don't care. I've gone on in my pajamas and my rollers before, just for the
Well,
fun of it.
they only see us from here on up. So
I know, and it's a good thing too because I did a slumber party show one time. I spilt something on my pants, grabbed another non-matching pair of pants, had that on, and one of the subscribers goes, "Oh, Deann, I love your top. Stand up and let us see the rest of the outfit." No, no, I will not. You
yeah.
don't want to see the rest of the outfit.
Yeah. So my journey just keeps growing and changing, just like everybody else. So I started my channel, I'd say November 2021, and my a lot of the people in the class are friends, and we all kind of read together. I read often with Sun Psychic Jean and Terry Lee, Pure Visionary Medium.
I'm having her on next month. I'm going to meet her for the
She's
first time.
fabulous. And Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, we all come from the same class and classes. We took lots of classes together. And
Check Wisdom
um,
Sister Joan out. I think
yeah,
I have seen her. Yeah, I think I've had her on before.
yeah. Well, they're all delightful to read with.
Yes.
And what I love is that, again, like you said, the audience, I mean, there's a lot of psychic mediums even in the audience, and they're just a really loving bunch of people, and love to read for them, love these questions. Um, we all have different clairs, and so that makes the readings interesting, because if we all read the same, it would just be boring. We'd just be saying the same thing all the time. So
Do you do tarot? Do you do mediumship work? What kind of readings do you normally do? Pendulum or a little bit of everything or?
A little bit of everything. I don't generally do tarot. I started with tarot, but I'm not that well versed at it, and I'm lazy. I just got to own up. I'm too lazy to learn it. So this is easy. I just turn it into spirit, and um,
I had a friend of mine that she's a reader on here too, but she lives here in Illinois, and she had me. She goes, "Deann, you're always using those cards. You don't even need the cards." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I like them." And
yeah.
she says, "Well, it's just a tool." I go, "I know, but I like them." And so she said, "Okay, I want you to read me," and she had me read her and do some mediumship stuff without the cards. And
Hmm.
I did it, and it was a lot. It was like it was stuff. It's like with the cards, you already know it, but it's like the cards are
Right.
just confirmation or something to show people, kind of.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I the way I read mediumship, psychically or with mediumship, I can read past lives. I can do all those things. So I do personal readings. People can book me, and
mhm.
what we're doing, what we're going to do today, I call this speed dating. This is
Okay,
where you're like, tune in, get it, get out. It's really fast. So when somebody books me for an hour, oh my God, it's so luxurious, and so you get a lot of time to really read them.
I know.
Um,
It's so
yeah,
much nice. I love doing the fast readings, but it is nice when you can have a whole hour to really delve
right.
into things, and
Yeah,
and then I get feedback from them saying that that how did you know this, and this really
mhm,
helped me, and
right.
that's what I
I
love
love
about
that.
it is it's helpful to people.
Yeah.
It's you still make your own decisions. So tarot is not making your decision for
Right,
you, but
right.
it's a guide and it's helpful. It really is,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
use it for myself.
Mhm. I don't do tarot for myself. I only get bad cards. So it's I did start with tarot. I just realized that's not quite my thing. I would say my specialty though is the spiritual journeys.
And
So
what is that?
so a spiritual journey with me is basically astral travel. I'm going to take somebody on an astral journey. And in general, what's going to happen, because I have a huge imagination, a big imagination, the spirits play to me to my strengths. And so usually it involves some travel, and so something fancy. I don't know whether they're going to take I don't know where they're going to take us. Sometimes they're taking us somewhere on this earth, sometimes on this earth at a different time period, or up in the universe somewhere or another planet. I mean, wherever they're going to take us, usually they provide fancy transportation, and, like a sailing ship or a really fancy BMW bus, or, or
Kind of reminds me when I took a class with Danny Shea, and it was a
something.
shamanic class,
Right.
in the
It's
upper
sort of
world.
it's sort of shamanic, but I just learned this myself. They just started leading me on this, just doing it, and then I realized, hey, you can take others. I realized it because of Sun Psychic Jean. I told her about one of my journeys, and she's like, I want to go. You know,
I have to meet her. I have seen her, but I have not asked her on yet. She seems like a nice lady.
you have to. She's wonderful.
I will have
So
to.
so they take us they take us there in something fancy, and often then once we get where we're going, they often do some sort of healing or upgrade that we need maybe to reach their vibration. And then after that, we often meet with councils or ascended masters or ancestors that have some messages for the person. Um, they they're rarely just, oh, we love you. It's more like real instruction on what they would like them to do to
Great.
increase their abilities or their lives. And then they often always have a period of playtime for us, but the playtime almost always shows you some sort of spiritual principle that you wouldn't that would have been hard to learn, but easy because you're playing. And then they almost always give us a gift as well. And Medium Kim, when she does her meditation, she almost always says, "Now put out your hands and ask if they have a gift for you." And then you would actually feel it come into your hands. And so, in general, that's what happens on my journeys. They My spirit team is so used to it that they pretty much just started providing them. They're like, "Oh, come into the next room," and then there's all these present boxes, and I'm like, "Just pick one," you know. And I'm like, "Okay,
Well,
yeah."
so you've had your channel, so you said it's been about a year and a half,
About 2 years,
about
I'd
two
say.
years.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I wondered today, do you want to I was going to have, I told everybody to put their questions in capital letters. Do you want to do personal readings? Do you want to do any mediumship, or is that a hard thing for you to do on
Oh,
live?
no, that's easy. That's easy.
Okay.
I'll do personal questions that involve mediumship or don't. It doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Yeah.
Well, let me see. I want to see who's in the chat here. Say hello real quick. Get my eyeballs on here. I always grab the dirty pair of glasses. I can't see out of. I've got umpteen of them here. So let's see. Let's see who's here. We've got Viviani. Hi, Viviani. You guys write your questions in capital letters because I got, probably about 45 minutes now. So we'll get what we can. Might not always get them in order because sometimes when you're looking down reading, you don't see. So I figure I'm going to
Mhm.
get what we're led to.
Yep.
Let's see here. And Kathy G, hi Kathy G, and Rose Blue, from Texas. David, AD, Nancy Vasquez, hi. Sue Toffee. Oh, I'm hungry for toffee.
Yeah.
Scorpio Mama, my fellow Scorpio, how are you? I got your question, hypnicity. I got yours. Butterflies are free. And let's see here. Let's see. Oh, you got it down a couple times. You were just making sure I saw it. Viviani, I gotcha. Let's see here. Oh, there's Sun
Yeah.
Psychic G.
And
She's
psychic.
here. Hi, we were just talking about you, so you heard. I said I want to meet you sometime. I've watched her many times on with Scott and with Dozen Cats and different things, and I love the things she does with the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
know, I would love to learn to do that. Karen
she's got some
Robbins.
amazing crystals.
Yes, I love watching that. I'd like to learn to do that. I have a girl who does I have come on sometimes who does Tassa Cup readings too, which I think is very
Oh,
interesting.
cool.
Okay, let's see here. See you, Karen. Oh, Deann, she can take you somewhere that the basement does not flood, Karen has said. Take me on a journey where there's no car repairs. Okay, let's see. And we got Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Get through. Oh, let's start. We got JR. I got yours, JR. Sun Psychic Jean, I have you there. Okay. And if it's one that I can't answer and you can, we'll just.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start here now. We've got hypnicity. I turned 63 on Sunday. What does Spirit want me to focus on as I move forward in my life? I'm going to use my cards,
Okay.
and you go first if you're feeling.
Well, if it takes, usually the first one takes a while. So if you get something before me, you go, and then I'll follow you.
That's what we'll do. Whoever gets theirs first can go. And happy birthday, Hypnicity.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just throw a few here. me do one more. Okay. I get the Hypnicity. I got the new door card for you. I pulled some oracle cards for you. It says your prayers have been answered and there's some new doors being opened for you. It says that you also got the card of generosity. You're a very generous person. You give from your heart. You give with no strings attached. And that's what's needed right now in our world. And that's why I believe that your prayers are being answered and this new door is being opened for you. It says you got the magic touch. It says you're accessing magic from deep within you. But you need to kind of protect you with the auric field. You need to protect your auric field and call on some energy protection right now. I feel like your family with the Ten of Cups, your family is very important to you. Your children, I don't know if you're married, but you know, you're very close to your family and your family is very important. If you are with a husband, I think you're going to be getting closer and your romance is going to deepen. If not, you may be having new love coming in, but I feel that your psychic, this has to do with your psychic, the emotional, I feel like your psychic gifts are awakening, and that's what the new door is. It's telling you need to make a choice, though, and stop procrastinating and overanalyzing. You maybe have too many options, you know, of things that you can do, and you're having trouble making up your mind. So it's telling you to make a choice because you have magic within you, and the universe is opening doors for you. That's what I'm getting right now.
So Hypnicity, I called your angels and your spirit guides on the stage, and your grandfather and great grandfather, or some of that males with that energy are also on the stage. And what I see is they just want you to keep developing that spiritual side of you. Keep coming to these kinds of things. Start maybe taking a few classes, but keep developing that spiritual side. But what they're really showing me that is more prominent is you still have something to accomplish in your life plan, your journey here. There's still something that you need to be here for. You know, it doesn't seem like it's something big, but a lot of our big life plans that we planned on the other side to come here aren't always as big as we think, but there's something you still have to do. They're not telling me what that is. They're just saying that you still have to keep living life, still have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and because you still have something to do that's important in the larger scheme of things. So just keep developing spiritually, but keep looking for those little things, little spaces in life to do good. You know?
She says, oh my God, that's fabulous. I want to build a permaculture community. Married 31 years in August, so you're like the same as us. She's 30, I'm 31, you've got 31 years. It's wonderful to hear that. I don't know what a permaculture community is, though. I'll have to look that up. Do you know?
I just know that it's a permaculture, so far as I know, is where that, you know, you're really taking care of the earth and you're keeping things going. If you're doing some sort of farming, it's enhancing and not taking away from the earth. So.
Okay. All righty, let's see. So, and happy birthday. You have a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Okay. So then we've got Scorpio Mama. She'd love a relationship reading.
Scorpio Mama.
Are you with somebody, Scorpio Mama, or are you looking for somebody? Tell me in the chat if you can. You're welcome, Hypnicity. Thank you for the question. Yes, Scorpio Mama, are you with somebody or are you looking for somebody? Let us know. Let me know. I'm with someone but having problems. Okay.
Mm.
I'm getting that you need some time to heal. There's something going on in your life that you need some time to heal. You're progressing with that, but it's going to take you some time. You're looking for somebody that's more solid. You want a solid relationship, you know, with your whoever you're with or somebody else. You feel like you need to feel secure, have more permanence, you know, see some more growth, have them be a little bit more flexible. In the past, you got the mask. So I don't know if this is, let me ask, if this is you. You may have felt, is this, you may have felt like this person that you're with or somebody else it just doesn't show you their true emotions and feelings. And they kind of pretend to be something they're not. You may have had men that have gaslit you in the past. I feel like it's saying with the abundance card, you know, keep a positive mindset. I can't talk. And then you're going to manifest the person that you want or what you want in this person. But just have gratitude and be in bliss and be thankful for the things you have. I think your relationship with the butterfly is evolving and to the next phase. But you or him are still healing your inner child and you're growing. So that's what I get right now.
Well, I got on my stage suddenly a little king, a guy, you know, wearing a crown and wearing a robe, and the robe has some sort of fur, but then the rest of the robe is like kind of orange velvet, and he swirls around his cape, and he thinks a lot of himself, but the whole cape is moth eaten. Now he's got his back to me, and I'm seeing all these little holes, and I'm like, oh, King, you are not who you say you are. Um, so here's the deal: the guy in your life is projecting this I'm important, I'm the king energy, but he's moth eaten. And I see you standing beside him and rather regally with a wand, by the way. That's really interesting that I'm seeing a little wand in your hand. And I'm seeing you being very confident. So far as I can tell with this, is they would like, it's not like you have to get rid of him. But I kind of agree with Deann here that he's, you know, you can choose to get rid of him or keep him. It doesn't matter. But I think you can bring him up to snuff a little bit too. I think you can challenge him and say, uh, you must level up a little. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm, because for you, your energy, I'm seeing a lot of silver energy, a lot of, it looks like your raiments, your robe as the queen are all about silver. So you may need to look up kind of like what silver means spiritually. You know, you got to Google that. But so clearly, you got a little bit more going on here in this relationship, and he needs to work a little harder. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too. Like there's just not as much give and take. I mean, it's the taking and not as much giving, you know?
yeah,
And some there's a lot of men that do that, you know?
yeah.
Thank you, Mary Lloyd, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I hope that helps, Scorpio Mama. Let me know how it goes. Butterflies Are Free wants to know, will I find love this year? And your husband had passed in 2019. Let me think.
I'm gonna grab my pendulum too on this one.
I feel like you will. I feel like it's going to be next year. There's a small chance this year, but I think it's more next year. Um, What month? What month is she going to meet them? And take it with a grain of salt, entertainment purposes only, because you can never be exact on the dates. But I just like to give you an idea. Will she meet them in August? Will she meet them in June? As things are standing right now, I'm getting around August of next year. You know, you may date sooner. Is she going to date sooner? When will she start dating? Will she start dating in 2020? I think you'll start dating this year, but I think it around August next year is right about that time is when you're going to meet maybe more of the right one. Yeah, throw some cards.
So butterflies are free. I also consulted my pendulum real quick, and I also got 2024, but nothing exact. But they're really showing me though that this summer you should really use this summer to work on yourself. And what they're showing me is maybe like meditation or prayer or quiet times, just where that you kind of go inside and kind of take a look at yourself and allow your angels and guides to help you grow and become even stronger in your own person. Because, you know, it's great to find love, but you also had a husband, so you had love, and you know you will need to make sure that you're not expecting the exact same kind. It's not going to be exactly the same. So I think that's what they're saying is yes, you'll start to come into contact with that person that you want to meet in 2024, but you need to start working on yourself and becoming open to love now.
Okay. Let's see. I got the I like you card. So this is somebody who likes you. They're going to start off just being friends. Somebody who likes you. Somebody who maybe flirts with you a little bit. And you might flirt with them a little bit. And then they decide, you decide you want to date this person or they want to date you. But it's going to start out with just liking you, friendship, which is the most important thing. Attraction, whether they physically are attractive, maybe a little important, but what's inside of them, the fact that you're friends and that you can be yourself and they can be yourself and you have a lot in common, that means more than anything. I feel like your husband, if you ask him up there and you ask you, tell him to send you the right person to you. I think they will. This is somebody, I get paradise. I get this is a person that you're going to be really happy with, and this is the one that's coming next year. You're going to be playful. You'll really enjoy each other, but I think it's going to take another year because you are working on yourself. Because I got girl with a snake. You are an empath, I believe. So you tend to be a caretaker and you tend to take on other people's emotions. And the guys that come towards you, you got to be careful that you protect yourself, keep up your boundaries, get to know them really well, because you are so sweet and such a good person. I think that they could try to, take advantage as far as, how some people can be. You could be charmed. They could be charming and they could be using you. So be careful. Don't enable people like that. Keep up your boundaries. But I do get in the future, Cupid's arrow. It's saying that you need to have faith because love is coming. You may not be here right away, but it's coming and it's going to surprise you. You might be getting invited to something that you didn't plan on. And you may even be kind of hesitant when it first comes up, like, I don't know, but, it's going to start out as a friendship. You might think, I don't like him that way. I like him as a friend, but it's going to grow. And I asked it to pull a gemstone card to see if there's a gemstone that could help you or had a message for you. And I got kyanite. And it says, make time right now for self-care. Taking care of yourself right now is essential. So before you can take care of anybody else, you got to start taking care of yourself. Cutting my brother off. He's trying to call me. I know he's calling to complain about the kids or something. But yeah, that's what I get for you. Butterflies are free. And don't worry about thinking, a lot of people say, well, God, I want to meet him now. No, you don't. You want to meet the right one. You can
Right.
date, but you want to meet the right one. If it takes a year, what's a year? Golly, it seems like I was 30, last week. Suddenly I'm 58. So a year's nothing. But I feel like you're going to meet him. You have to let us know.
Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, that's a great reading.
Well, thank you. Well, I know that I am so lucky that I have my best friend as my husband, and I wouldn't trade him. And he could lose his teeth, he could go bald, he could have a pot belly. I don't care. It's his soul and his heart that I love, and that's what you want. Is somebody I can be stupid and silly. If you guys ever seen me and my husband, you'd think we've lost our minds, but we make each other laugh even if nobody else gets the punchline. Okay. So I got Viviani, future relationship reading. Was that the one I didn't do? Who did I just do? My brain just.
Butterflies are free. We just did.
Yeah, so we're doing Viviani. I wanted to make sure I didn't do it twice because I felt like I did Viviani's, but we did this yesterday.
Okay.
I'll do another one for you. See what I get. Viviani. Viviani, here. I see you. I know butterflies are free. My patience is not my virtue at all, but I like to know too. I'll say my prayers you get sent just the right person. Viviani, remind me, because I'm not sure if I've got you or Nancy mixed up. Are you with somebody right now? I'm thinking you said you were with somebody right now. I wasn't sure if that was you or somebody else. Just remind me.
So Viviani, it's very unusual that they suddenly asked me to pull a card. It's really highly unusual, but they did. So I have this Pegasus Oracle deck. I got it in Japan. It's really cool. And the card I pulled for you is Pegasus of Sirius. So the planet Sirius, which is a water planet. That's why it's all blue like that. And this is what it says a little bit about. The beloved Pegasus brings the wisdom, light, and power to the ancient benevolent star system Sirius to your heart. This special healing dispensation for star seed souls who may feel as though they belong in a faraway stellar realm of light rather than on our beautiful but sometimes confusing planet Earth. Your spiritual purpose is to be a lighthouse for humanity. But here's what really, really, really jumped out at me it's saying, listen inwardly and you will know how to balance the connection with solitude. Trust what you need and when, and act upon that. Do not give your power away, even if others may seem more advanced than you. So I think that what they're saying is that you need to develop more trust in yourself and what you know about the people in your life. So whether you have a relationship right now, which I didn't hear if she said she had one or not.
I didn't see. Viviani, write down if you're here, if you're in a relationship now or not,
Yeah.
please.
But it kind of doesn't, I think this reading doesn't matter too much on that. It's just that she needs to trust more of her inside,
Mm-hmm.
more of what she already knows, use some of her spiritual gifts to discern what's going on with the people around her, or the people that she's either trying to keep a relationship going with or a new relationship. I think that they're really saying that it's all inside you. You really do know what to do.
Yeah, I feel like you have to have a little more confidence in yourself, not to worry about it. Because if it is a relationship that you're in right now and you're not certain about it, there's a reason that you're not certain about it. You need to listen to your intuition, because I don't know how many times your intuition tells you something and then you don't listen and you think, gosh, I knew that. I wish I would have listened. And
Mhm.
if it's somebody who's not here right now, you have to know that you're worthy of
Mhm.
anybody, the best. But I got down for you, I pulled a gemstone card and I got azurite. And what that one's saying is you need some deep emotional healing right now. It says your heart's ready to heal from some past experiences. Maybe you had some past relationships that didn't go good, and you're willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care of your own mind, your own spirit, working on yourself. I got the runners. Why I was asking you if you were with somebody is because I get that you may either be with now or have been with the past, kind of a codependent relationship, where like I said, being taken advantage, you're the giver, they're the taker, something like that. And it could be that you've been with somebody who has quite a bit of an ego, either that you are now or could be in the future. I think there's somebody in the past with the photograph that's looking at your photos and they're missing you. They kind of miss you. And I got the sunglasses. I think they're watching you, like possibly Facebook, things like that. Somebody you already may know that's kind of looking back at the old times that misses you. It may have been somebody, if you're with somebody, you got the axe card. So this could be that let me see if this is you. You may be breaking up with the person you're with now, or they may be breaking up with somebody coming towards you. But there's a breakup coming on their side or on your side, some sort of a separation. And you or them are going to feel kind of abandoned. And it's saying to stop the pattern. I think if you've been picking up codependent people that haven't been treating you right, it's saying then you may need to separate and stop that pattern, because inside and if it's for the future, then you do not want anybody that's codependent on you. But I do get in the future, you're going to date, you're going to meet somebody new, I feel, and you're going to get back out there. If it doesn't work out, if you're with somebody and it doesn't work out, you will get back out there and meet somebody new. But it's telling you got the first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. What do you want? Do you want to stay with this person? If you're with somebody now, then you can make that into being. But if they are codependent, and you're going to have a talk with them about what you will and will not accept and stick to it. If you're not with anybody right now, then it's telling you to beware of somebody who is kind of could be narcissistic, take advantage. And if you get that person, just give them the axe and go out there and date somebody new and speak into being what you want in a person. And that's what I get. So hope that helps, since I didn't know who this pertained to, if it was you were with somebody or not. But it can go either way. Let's see. You have to come back if you hear me. If you're cooking dinner or something again and you're not hear me, remind me again if you were with somebody or not, so I know how to take that a little better. Okay, Sheila, do my guides have a message for me? Okay. Let's see what I get. Hi, False Teeth, Real Tarot.
Well, right away, your guides immediately put a butterfly on my stage. It's not a butterfly that I normally would see around here, which would usually be a swallowtail. It's a different butterfly. And at first, it was really close to my face, very, very big, and then kind of pulled out a bit. They pulled back a bit so I could see more of it. And I started to follow the butterfly as it's flying down the path. And as I'm following it, your guides are enumerating all the qualities that you share with this butterfly. Butterflies are delicate. Like if you were to touch them, they're very, very delicate, but yet they're showing me that they're actually some of the toughest creatures on earth too, because I don't know if you know, but butterflies fly a long, long way. Like the monarchs, they come all the way up here to the, kind of, I think, Oregonish, late South Washington area, and then they fly all the way back to Mexico. They fly a long way. They're a very tough insect. And so they're showing me that you are tougher than you think. You have a core of strength that you can rely on. But at the same time, remember that you can use some of these strengths to take a different perspective, because the butterfly is way high up. So I'm seeing the whole stage, everything from a different perspective, a different angle. So I think that's what they're saying, is to keep flowing, keep going, but look at things from a different perspective and realize how much more wherewithal you have. Yeah.
I was just going to say hi, Mimi Rose, and hi, Sherry Ross. It just showed up. I wanted to say hi. Let's see. I got Sheila. I feel like you're thinking of doing something, and I feel like you may be thinking of doing something in the healing arts or profession of some kind of thing. And I got that for you to assess the situation, and you got to work through your feelings on this. There's something that you're thinking about doing, but you're not sure what kind of feelings to have about it. Like, should I, shouldn't I? They're also telling you need to make some more time for self-love, that you haven't been doing that enough. But whatever this thing is that you're thinking of going for, it's telling you to go for it. You're going to get a support team of people around you. You may not just be you. If you think you don't know how to start, you're going to find the people that you're going to be able to pair with classes or whatever, that you're going to be able to educate yourself, to be able to learn about this. And it's an important part of your soul's development at this time. Again, you got auric fields just like that other lady did. It says that you need to protect yourself, though. Put an auric protection and maybe balance your chakras and things like that. But I get that you're a retired nurse. I got it with something in the healer, because I got you possibly thinking about being an energy healer. You're a nurse, so you help people with healing the physical body, but I feel like you have the ability to help people with not only physical pain, but spiritual pain, that you may be good at Reiki or some sort of a healing thing like that. And it could be just the healing of the nursing. But yeah, you're thinking of getting into something, I think, that you're going to require more education, a little bit of help with, but you need to just go for it, is what I'm getting. So yeah, she said she's a retired nurse, so that's kind of cool. I still get amazed when the cards come up with stuff and people are like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let's see, get these. Oh, hands-on sometimes, you said? Okay, let's see. Let's see. We got JR wanting to know if he can have a reading. Any certain question, JR, or just kind of pretty much a general reading from your guides? I'm taking it. We'll do that. Okay. We got about 5 minutes left, so we probably won't have time for any new questions, but yes, all nurses are spiritual healers. I believe so too, because they not only heal you physically, but they help you, hold your hand, make you feel better. I admire nurses so much.
What does this mean? Well, I'm going to just start talking because they're showing me things that are somewhat confusing, but I feel like they're sending me back into a past life of yours. And I'm really small. I'm down. I'm looking up at a skirt of a dress, a big dress that has hoops. It's light blue. It's a very frilly. It's very nice, and it seems like they're showing me that this is your dress. So tell me more about JR's past life. So obviously, past life is a woman. Okay, show me more. It looks like in this past life, you may have had a life of leisure, a little bit more, you know, good finances. So what is she to learn from this life? Show me what she's to learn. What JR brings forward to this life. It seems like in that life you were very, very intuitive. And even though you were a woman of more privilege, you noticed all the people around you, the people helping you, the people serving you, the people you were buying from, that you noticed that their lives mattered, that their lives were hard, that sometimes your life was easier than you thought you warranted. So tell me again, what does she bring forward now? So you bring forward innate kindness where that you can really see into somebody's life. You can see the hardships that they are going through. You can relate to them and feel bad for them. Okay, so what do you want her to do with that sort of thing, or what JR to do with that? They're saying that you know this about yourself, that you have kind of a soft heart, and that you immediately feel bad for people right away. And they're saying you need to trust this a little bit more. This is not just you making it up. It's I feel like there's maybe people in your life saying, you know, JR, wears heart on the sleeve, you know. And they're saying you need to trust yourself a little bit more, and that they're being shown these things because you know that you can make a difference. So keep going. Keep going and making that difference. And yeah. And let us know if that blue dress makes, I don't know why I was shown this blue puffy hooped dress, you know, who knows, maybe I'm getting it wrong, and you're a doll collector and you got this beautiful doll, who knows.
Let's see. I got JR. Right now, you've been your emotions. You've been really sensitive lately. You're having a lot of sensitive emotions. That you're currently healing some old emotional wounds from a past life. Maybe what she was talking about in the past. And you need to make some more time for self-love, to just love on yourself, and know that everything you need is right here. Everything that you need, you don't need anything. You know, the world is your oyster. You just have to believe in yourself. It's telling you to shine and follow your heart and make your values a priority. Um, I feel like you are going to, and trust that all's going to be well. And instead of thinking what could happen or looking at the past, trust that it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And believe that. And write down the things that you're grateful for. I feel like you're going to have a relationship coming in for you if it hasn't already, and it's going to be a match made in heaven. Somebody that you really are going to be so excited. And now that could be a romantic relationship, or that could be just a friendship that is just, you're just so happy to meet this person that you will have a lot of the same values. They'll be more of like a soulmate to you. But just know that right now you're going to be okay. Take time to heal, take time to be good to yourself, since you are healing some emotional wounds from the past and maybe current. So that's what I get, and make a lot of time for self-love. So hope that helps a little. Let's see here. We've got, here's one for your medium. Some Sun Psychic Jean would like a message from her grandmother, Josephine. Pretty name. Okay, let's see.
I'm glad you put paternal grandmother, because I was kind of feeling that way, that this was your father's mother. So I'm getting a woman on my stage who has dark hair, and she's got a lot of hair. It's thick. It's kind of all set and curly, and you know, and even as I look through time with her, she would have always had her hair done. Okay, and the thing is Josephine, I think when I'm looking at her, I think she's actually not a very tall woman, but yet she feels very tall. She's a big, an outsized personality, maybe. Okay. And it's dark brown hair. So, okay. Thick too. Yeah. Thick hair. Yeah. And I can see it over time where it's kind of like, the woven hairstyles they used to wear, and then sets and the whole, just a lot of hair. Okay. So, Josephine, do you have a message for your granddaughter, Jean?
Were you young, Sun Psychic Jean, when she passed, or were you older?
Mm-hmm. So it's funny because I'm watching her and she's like pointing her finger down, and her finger becomes like, it looks like bronze or brass, and it's kind of going down, and I can see her, what she's just showing me a line through your dad to you. So she's just talking about connection here. Definitely a connection. And I'm also getting that she has a little, she feels a tiny bit bad about your dad. Like, I'm sorry, sometimes he was kind of a, well, she didn't say ass exactly, but she's like, but you are who you are now, and part of this made you who you are and made you the amazing person you are today. Okay, what else do you have for psychic change? And she's also showing me her yard, and that maybe when you were little, that you and your brothers and sisters or cousins were always played games in her yard. You guys like played tag or chasing games and stuff like that, and that she took great delight in watching that. Josephine, what else do you have to say? And then she's showing me wings. I get the feeling that she's showing me these wings, powerful wings. She's basically saying she's part of who gave you the gifts you have, the gifts you have right now. She's showing me these wings. It's like they are representing the spiritual gifts and that they go to you as well. And so she's basically showing that she's part of helping you with the spiritual gifts. So
okay. That's cool to have your grandma up there helping you.
Yeah.
I got that. I said, I think your grandma says that she was a little bit stubborn and that you take that after her, that you may be a little bit on the stubborn side too. She said that you know, that you are kind of hard-headed like she was, you know, as far as, you know, she was small but mighty. Like my little Annie Viv, she was 4 feet tall, but man, that you don't mess with her, you know. So I feel like she says, yeah, she takes after me, you know, in my little bit of stubbornness and kind of having trouble compromising, you know, that you like things the way you like them and she liked things the way she liked them, and small and mighty. Yes, the small things come in. What is it? Dynamite comes in small packages. She may have been small, but she wasn't no wilting vile or whatever you call it, wilting flower. She is very determined, and so are you. And she is really proud of you, and she sees all the discipline you have and how you've mastered the things you've done, and she's really proud of you. And she thinks that, you know, she really likes that you're kind of like a spiritual counselor in a way, that you help people, that you counsel them, that you tell them, you know, you're not just a psychic, you are a counselor. People come to you and you help them. It's a responsibility that you take very, very seriously, and so you don't do what you do lightly. She said that, you know, there's choices. There's always choices that you have to make in life, but the most important thing that she's found out now up there is love is the most important thing that we have. She wants you to know it's beautiful where she is, and that she realizes now that the earth is kind of like a school, but even though she's up there on the other side, you do not quit learning even though when you're there. But she sees you learning and she's proud of you, and it makes her really happy to see that you've healed from some things. I don't know what it was, but there may have been some things you went through that you needed to heal, and she sees that you are healing. And she says she's sorry she left when you were so young. That's why I asked if you were young. She wishes that she would have been able to stick around longer, and she didn't expect to leave. You know, it wasn't something like she was planning on, but everything happened exactly. Even though you don't understand it, she wants you to know that everything happened at the exact right time, the way it was supposed to be. And she says you've been very, very busy and you're trying to do too much, and you need to kind of make time and decide what's prioritized, what's most important. Don't wear yourself out, you know, don't try to do too much. But yeah, I see that she was just kind of like my Annie Viv, little and dynamite, you know. Like I said, don't mess with her. It's just so funny. I remember, like I said, it just made me think of my Annie Viv when I thought of your grandma, you know.
I love it when they do that.
So hopefully that helps Thank you, Sun Psychic Jean. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm happy. I don't think I've ever answered a Sun Psychic Gene question before. I mean, her and I read together a lot and we go on journeys a lot, but I've never had her on a show ask a question. So I'm so happy you asked.
Yes, and it's just, it makes you feel so good to know that they never quit loving us. They never quit watching over us. My mom sends me dimes all the time. We both love lilac. Sometimes when she's around, I'll smell lilacs when none are around. Or weirdest thing is I'll smell sometimes turkey, like a turkey dinner cooking, because I remember Thanksgiving that she was the cook in the family, and I'm like, Dale, are you cooking dinner or cooking turkey? And she's like, but it's like a smell, it's a memory.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's still there. Let's see. So what time is it now? Oh, maybe we'll answer a couple more and then we'll be done, you guys. I'd like to answer more, but my puppy's going to get mad at me if I do. So how many past lives do I have? Nancy asked. I'm getting about 8. Let's see what you get since you do that.
I'm just getting many, many. I have encountered this before where that I was reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking out loud here.
That's all right. So I've encountered it before where that they take me back in people's past lives. So I can see about 7 to 8 right now, but it doesn't mean that's all you have, because I've noticed that what my guides keep telling me is that sometimes I'll be like, is this their first past life? And they'll be, oh, no, there were many other past lives, but they were still getting used to using the body. And I'm like, okay, so it seems like we sometimes they don't count the other past lives because you're still getting used to the body. You're still getting used to the how to be here and how to be a human. I do feel like you also have had some lives on other planets, because it seems like you are a light worker. They're showing me something else going on here a little bit too. Can you tell me more about that? About the other?
Is she a Pleiadian?
Can you tell me which planet? I'm just getting a mix of planets. I think a lot of us have been around to a lot of planets. So they're just showing me that you're kind of a light worker. What I'm seeing is somebody who's very blue, very thin, really thin and tall.
Sounds like a Pleiadian.
Yeah, probably. Very, I don't want to say insect-like. It's not, just really thin and tall, very thin, very thin. So, but I just keep kind of hearing, not really hearing, cognizant. So I'm just a knowing, like light worker, light worker, light worker. She's from somewhere else. Her fingers light up. I'm seeing the fingers light up, and just light worker, light worker. So.
Viviani, thank you for the 1111. I think that's so cool. She donated 1111.
That is so cool.
And hi, Tarot Stash. Oh, here, Nancy. Is this Nancy here? She said, I have an Arcturian guide, or so I've been told. Very cool. Thank you.
Well, that kind of makes sense. If you're a light worker, you got to have some other star people energy on your team to help guide you. Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Thank you, Mary Lloyd. Let's see if I'm just going to do one more. Just looking to see which one I want to do. Okay. I don't know. There's one about, well, my sister. I'm not sure if I should answer for the sister without her permission. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Is my future partner here in Arkansas or another state? Okay, let's try the pendulum for that one. I will.
I'm going to
Okay.
grab the pendulum as well and then go old school after that.
Yeah. Is Aaron's future partner in Arkansas? Is Aaron's future partner in another state? Let me throw a couple cards. I want to do another pendulum too. Just checking a couple others. I'm taking it you live in Arkansas?
So. Okay. Wow, that was a interesting pendulum ask. So I asked the pendulum, "Is your future partner in Arkansas?" And it spun around, which to me means it. I got the distinct feeling that this person travels. They don't live in Arkansas. And I said, "Well, is this future partner in a southern state?" So all of the South, and it says yes. And then I asked, will you meet the future partner this summer? And it would not move at all. So I don't think so. And then I asked, will she meet this future partner in the fall? And then it did say yes. So I think that I almost wondered with the future partner, because it was so still, if that you already know them. So I went back and said, does she already know this partner? Does she already know this person? And I got a yes on that. But this may be somebody you already know, but that you're not really thinking about, or maybe it's so oblique that you're not, thinking they're the one. Yeah, so that's what I got. Go ahead.
I'm like you. When I did my pendulum, I got kind of weird stuff. I got a maybe. I got, first I got like a little yes, and then I pulled a card and I got the hangman. I got a maybe, which stands for a maybe, because it's really up to you who your future partner is. The universe isn't going to tell you. You get to pick. But I think that things are at a standstill right now with the hangman. I think you're just kind of at a standstill right now. And I don't know if you've been hurt in the past before, or they have, but there's just some stalling for some reason. I feel like it's somebody you may know too, because I got the camera card, which is somebody who's reminiscing about you. They're thinking about you. Let me ask, does he know? Yeah, it's somebody I think you know already, because they're reminiscing about you, about things in the past. and memories and things like that. And maybe they're afraid to come forward too right now. They may be with the Four of Swords. They may be recuperating from some hurt that they have, or you could be recuperating and spending more time alone right now, doing some spiritual work. I feel with the Eight of Pentacles, it's something, all relationships take work, and it's something that you're going to have to work on. But I feel like, is this person, let me see if this is you or them. Is this, they're going through right now, you haven't met them because they're going through some sort of separation or conflict, or maybe that's you, but they're not happy wherever they are. So this person, they've been thinking of you. Maybe they're not happy where they are and they're thinking about you. They're remembering times past, and they're going to contact you. You're going to get a surprise with the Page of Cups. I feel like you're going to get a message or something that's going to surprise you that this person is actually thinking about you. But it's not time right now. I get the same thing about November or something of next year. Not right. Let me see if that's next year. Is it going to be 2023? Okay, that's a no for me. I meet them in 2024. Yes. And then when I did it with my pendulum mat, but I'll show you up here if I can keep my arm steady. Will it be in November of next year? Okay, stop. December. No. Excuse me. I meant October. Will it be October? No. November. Yeah, it's about November, December, something like that. I'm feeling like you're going to meet them of next year. But there's somebody who they're in the process of they're not happy where they are, and they're remembering you. And I think they may end up contacting you, and it'll be a surprise to you. It's somebody that you're not going to expect. So you have to let us know. How does that go?
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody in the chat. I know I didn't get to all your questions, but hi, PD Connects. That's my friend from Illinois. She was over here. We did a show in my backyard on the picnic table the other day.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. It was nice, but it started to hurt your butt after about an hour. But if you guys, I just want to say, everybody here in the chat, I want to thank you for coming, but I also want to tell you, if you would go back and hit the like button, and if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it. I'm almost to 3,000, and when I get there, I'm going to give away 3 half-hour readings. We'll do a drawing for that. But I need you guys to kind of hit the likes and subscribes to kind of help me out. And then also, let me get rid of this comment here. Go to Terry Kigaroo. It's Kigaroo Spiritual Journeys, and check her channel out and subscribe to her if you would. And also check her out for a reading if you want. How do they get a reading if they want a reading from you?
I have a website, KigarooSpiritualJourneys.com, but the easiest way is just go to my YouTube channel, go to the About, and there'll be a link there to where you can book a reading.
Okay, and since I don't know how to make a website, and I'm going to have to learn that, I'll just have you, if you want one from me, just email me. And it's DeannShieldMaidenTarot@gmail.com, and you can go in the description box. I've got my email and link, and I've got Terry's in there, so if you need to contact her. And also, I always forget to tell you guys this, so I'm trying to be better about it. I have membership. If anybody wants to join as a member, that helps me to be able to keep this channel. And what I do is any money, I put it towards the channel, towards StreamYard, because, just to keep it going, be able to keep it going. But it tells little things I do. I do like a free 1-question reading for all members every month. I do special little videos for you. You don't have any commercials on those videos. Sometimes I'm going to start, when we get a few more, I'll start having some live videos for just us guys, so there's fewer of us, and so I can answer your questions a little bit more easier, and we can visit. And it tells you at each level what you get. And so I may kind of change the prices a little bit. I think the third one I might change that, but for the first two, it's not that much, and it helps out my channel, and it's extra stuff for you. And I also like give you stuff to preview first, maybe before I put out. I'm going to be doing that. So if you're interested, just go to, I guess you just go to the computer and hit join. I don't know how to do it from the phone, but I think you have to do it from a computer as far as I know. And so I appreciate everybody that came tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Terry. I'm so happy I got to meet you finally.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to meet you, and I'm really a great person to read with. It's really
Oh,
easy. This is really easy.
well, you know what? I like when I'm reading it to be fun, and I like to enjoy
Mhm.
myself and just hang out like we're just all a bunch of friends because we are.
Mm. Yeah.
And oh, by the way, I love your hair because it's my favorite color.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty. I want to do mine that way in the summer, maybe. So, well, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, before I go tomorrow, I'm going to be on, well, he's going to be on with me. He'll probably post on his channel. Andre from Australia, G Alert, he's coming on. And do you have any shows you want to say that's coming up before I close out?
I have a show on Monday with Sun Psychic Jean and Wisdom Seeker Joan. I think we're going to start calling that like Magical Monday. So come ask your questions there. And then if you want to see me live on July 8th, I will be live in Everett, Washington at the Angel of the Winds big event center at the Alchemy Fair. And so you can come and get a live reading from me.
Oh, cool. I'm thinking
And
of joining one of the esoteric fairs here in Illinois. I had a lady I did a massage on me, and another lady at the little crystal place asked me if I'd be
mhm.
interested. So I'm thinking about
I
doing that.
they are a lot of fun, and it's interesting that the energy is different. So when I'm reading live with a person right there in front of me, it's off the hook, crazy energy. It's like mind blowing each and every time. It
That is
just
so
gets really
cool.
deep. Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys, if you're near her, go and show up and check that out. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. If you can hang out with me tomorrow with Andre, I'm going to be 3 p.m. Central. That's 4 Eastern. What is that? 2 Mountain and 1 Pacific. I'm getting the hang of those dates now.
I know. Those are the hardest.
They were. It was really hard. I was messing them up all the time. Show up for the show early, late. Well, you guys have a good night and blessings to all of you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Thank you all.
Bye.